Hey everybody, this is Deborah Richmond from TechBuzz Marketing, and I want to talk to you today about strategy. Now, your company may have a Facebook page, you have a website most likely, you might have a blog, you might have an email list, you might have a LinkedIn account, you might have all of these things, but yet when you're using social media, you're not getting the results that other people have talked about getting. If this is the case, most likely your problem is that you don't have all the dots connected. And by that I mean people don't usually buy straight from you from your Facebook account. I think once in a while there are companies who have this happen, but most of the time not. They certainly don't for my company. You have to bring people to, it's just like a sales funnel, it's a leads funnel. You have to bring people through the funnel. And the top of the funnel, the place where the path begins, is usually at social media. So what you should be doing there, you should have a specific idea of what you're doing when you're there. Otherwise, you're just going to spend time and you're going to be working on that first step, but you're never going to move beyond. So you need to know what those dots are. I'm going to outline for you what those dots are right now. It's a very simple path, but if you miss any of the stops along the way, you won't get people to that point where they are a buying customer. Step number one is usually social media. You want people to, step number two, be at your website, so you want to bring them over. Step number three, you want them to sign up for your email list. So you have to have something for them to sign up for that's interesting. And then step number four is you now have people on your email list. They're interested in your product or service. Now you need to talk to them on a regular basis. So this means email marketing. It simply means sending emails to them on a regular basis. That's a very, very specific, simple explanation of strategy for social media for lead generation, social media to sell, to bring in more business, pump up your profits. Very simply, in a nutshell, that is the strategy. If this is different than what you've been doing, or if you haven't really thought about where you want people to go, now is the time to do that. Now is the time to think about what are we actually doing when we're on Facebook. What are we actually talking about? What are we actually trying to do? And then again, with the website and the blog, are we keeping the blog up to date? What are we putting on the blog? This will help you decide what are you putting on that blog, because really it's often people have a difficult time like, what should I write about? But once you start thinking about what your strategy is, then you start to understand what it is you should be putting there. So I want you to go ahead and take a look at your pieces. First of all, if you're missing any of those spots I talked about, then you want to work on developing those. That's step number one. And then next you'll want to start working on that social media strategy to connect the dots so you can pump up your profits.